Is he really serious, your counterpart, the person you care about, your desired partner? Is he truly serious when you are currently in contact, or if contact between you resumes? Or is he just playing with you? Is he really serious when he gets back in touch, wants to meet up with you, or when you are currently in contact? When he meets up with you and you wonder, could this turn into a relationship, or is he just fooling me? Let's take a look at that. We are tapping into the energy of the present moment, the most prominent energy that wants to reveal itself right now in the collective. And no matter when you watch this video, there is always a message here for you in this very moment, something important for you, something you can work with, or a puzzle piece you receive again that helps you move forward. And as for collective readings, yes, the character cards are gender neutral. Please always adapt them for yourself accordingly. This is a person close to your heart, whether male or female, and a collective reading cannot apply to everyone, nor can it be that everything I say here will fit your situation exactly 100%. So no matter what is shown, whether it's about communication or you didn't ask this or that question or something like that, it doesn't matter, right? We are in a collective. So just disregard what doesn't fit for you and take what resonates with your situation. Okay? I love you all so much and so deeply. You are so wonderful. You're absolutely sweet as sugar. So lovely. Your kind comments really mean a lot to me. And that's why I say it every single day, again and again, because for me, it's something truly wonderful, something truly special. You are something truly wonderfully special to me. And now I would say, let's get started. So what's the situation there? Is he really serious, or is he just teasing you? Is he just playing with you? All right. Okay. We already have the major arcana, so that's already a good start. We have justice. There's something going on with your special someone, your counterpart, where he might be facing the truth, maybe even becoming a bit more insightful about a certain issue. But as you know, clarity will follow, right, when we take a closer look here. And it's as if he's weighing things up, weighing decisions, Maybe there's a crossroads here, but in any case, this definitely has something to do with the truth. And he will act wisely because a truth is being revealed to him. Maybe this was also about lies, about betrayal, but the truth wants to come to light. It also seems that it has already come to light for him. Otherwise, it wouldn't be shown to him so clearly right now. And yes, truth is, of course, always definitely a topic where he or she may have repeatedly tried to somehow get out of it in some way or another. And you're still caught up in something. We have a maybe here, right? But truth and maybe, so there's still a bit of wavering going on. Clarity is guaranteed for you. Okay, then we have the Page of Wands. All right, Page of Wands. So we're really in the realm of weighing things up, right? But what I find wonderful now is he is facing the truth. He is looking at something there. And what he is looking at also has to do with the new beginning. The truth, the new beginning. There is something here where there are always opportunities or an opportunity, but it always tends to slip back into stagnation, into delay. But there is something here that always gives you courage again, this moving forward for this new beginning. It could also be that he is a bit enthusiastic at times. Anything is possible. And with the wands, if we're talking about movement now, with the wands, we also have, when pairing the wands, in general with wands, there's always a bit of speed involved. So I would say it seems that we have already moved out of the slow phase. And if we now ask the question, is he facing the truth regarding you, that there is still something there for a new beginning? Here too, the answer is already a yes. And exactly how this yes is showing itself, what exactly is going on? As I said, you know what's up. Now we have another quick movement. Okay then. So now we have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands. Your special someone is always so uncertain, right? Maybe you noticed that too, and they could never really make up their mind, right? Always this back and forth. And they always kept you kind of on hold as well. But for your special someone, it's now about self-confidence, about security in general, and something has always been holding them back. What they've been holding back, this is also a very important issue that's on his or her mind, is that they truly, genuinely feel something deeply significant when it comes to the relationship with you. He's actually already looking at things positively in your direction, especially when it comes to the relationship. This looking in this cautious maybe, yes, but he's still holding back. Like I said, something is still holding him back. There's still this maybe here, right? But the wands are also coming up again here. So, and now we have another yes here, right? So once again, it's about the relationship. Now we're here with the relationship, another year in. Something here is a really big topic, relationship. Relationship, relationship, relationship. With you. We're talking about the collective energy directed towards you. So let's see what else comes up here. Yes. Good. Doubt, 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 doubt. There's so much uncertainty, so many lingering questions that just won't go away. Yes, public image is also a very big topic here, and it plays a crucial role in shaping how people perceive him, influencing opinions and reactions. This, of course, goes hand in hand with the ongoing question of whether he really means it seriously, whether his intentions are genuine and heartfelt, or if he's just... We do have a clear answer, and rest assured, which I will, of course, tell you all in just a moment or two. Yes, your special someone does tend to withdraw a little sometimes, right? Whenever he withdraws, it's always this, as soon as he's there, he's gone again, right? You ask your question and whoosh, he disappears again or says something. You think, wait a minute, has the coyote lied to me again here? Right? Maybe he even really told you after this reading, you know, yeah, no, feelings, no, I don't love you. I want, especially when it comes to relationships. We actually have a really big topic here, relationships. That's being made very clear to you. He said, I know I don't want a relationship. And I'm telling you right now, that's a lie. And that's exactly what he's looking at too. Either you're already in contact or you two will get in touch. And if you're now saying, well, no, why? We're not even in contact, right? Then it might happen that once you're in contact, you remember this collective reading and see that it's already starting to show, because as you know, time is fluid and it's being shown to you. As I said, whether or not you are currently in contact, I have the connection between the two of you. And what we see here are behaviors, repetitions from past phases of getting to know each other, relationships, regardless of how long those relationships lasted, or those initial phases. So these kinds of issues, right? And your special someone is actually a bit of a rascal, isn't he? So when it comes to the past, it's this whole thing of not being able to decide, looking here and there, seeing where the grass might be greener, and well, maybe trying to score a goal somewhere else, something along those lines. And then you came along and it's like this. At first, yes, he really wallowed in his old behaviors, felt comfortable there. And of course, I'll do it like I always do, right? So I have to say, I can't, and don't want to cover for him here because, yeah, he really did come up with excuses and pulled some stunts that were really something, you know? And maybe he himself is suspicious, jealous towards you, right? But he himself could somehow do whatever he wanted. He always kind of wormed his way through things. Yeah, right? Always letting himself be influenced by other people, you know? Could have been his buddies here. And yeah, let's see, let's do this and that. Basically, a yes man in this area, you know? The main thing was always to be part of it, to be the center of attention, and to have action, party hard, and so on. He never really wanted to commit to anything. And like I said, this beating around the bush, back and forth, on, off, you know, like a submarine, right? Sometimes it surfaces, then it goes back under, and then it can dive really deep before it comes back up again, you know, in terms of timing. Because when it comes to speed, he just doesn't have that. Except when he wants something, then it has to happen quickly, you know? Then he gets really impatient. So I have it here now. And as I said, if you have contact or get back in touch between the two of you, the connection, yeah. Or even if there was already contact, the getting to know each other phase, right? He was still stuck in his old patterns. Yeah, well, I can just pull the same thing here as I always have. But no, his feelings really threw a wrench in the works. Because you definitely touched his or her heart. And that's exactly what he didn't want to allow. He wanted to keep it on the surface, you know? So superficial. No, someone is getting close there. No, that's a restricted area. And I'd say it's as locked down as Alcatraz, right? So nothing gets through. But now, as I said, you came along and managed to crawl through that one little loophole. And it's like this. He does, in fact, slip back into his old behavior patterns from time to time. But I only see it here and only in short intervals, as far as I can tell. The majority of what I see is a new beginning, and that is clearly with you. And if you're asking me whether he's just fooling you and not being serious after this reading, I'd say no. Because he does have a few secrets, this hidden side. Secret from the past and always running away from it. He's actually running away from himself. He's running away from his feelings. He's got the best running shoes ever for that. He's always doubting. He doesn't really trust himself at all. Here it's shown again, his self-confidence, his self-assurance. They simply weren't there at all. He always got that sense of security from others, from the outside, but never from himself. Maybe that's how he presented himself to you. I mean, pure entertainment, right? I see that here is completely his thing. And I'd say maybe he should change his profession and work as an actor, because that's where he has the best chances to earn the biggest money, right? At least that's how I see him here, because he's really good at showing something different to the outside world and all that. When it comes to himself, he keeps things hidden. With some people, sometimes there's a little bit of this, wow, no, you hurt me. No, now I'm offended. No, I'm really offended. That kind of sulking, you know, short reactions. And but these short reactions always happen because they touch on points or topics he doesn't want to look at, you know. And this, you know, he really holds himself back there. Yes, when it comes to feelings, because here it's really about feelings. And as I said, if there is contact now or if contact happens in the future, it will be like this. Your loved one will, you'll be thinking, why? You might think, does he have two faces or what? Because one face is like this, but small. I only see this face in a small way, you know? Short intervals, you know? Short phases where he slips back into his old ways, briefly goes underwater again, but then quickly resurfaces. I'd say it's like the submarine hits turbo mode to come back up again. Because what he's running away from is actually the touch to his heart. You came along, right? And you touched his heart. And now he can't keep things on the surface anymore the way he always did in the past. But he still doubts himself whether he can even give you all of that. And basically, that's the big secret that's being revealed here. Once again, what we saw earlier is being shown regarding the relationship, because he actually knows, he feels here, wow. That's when feelings of happiness arise. That's the moment when he says, wow, with this woman or with this man, important, the stability. There's no question about it. He doesn't even want to think about it, that kind of doubting. Well, I don't know if a relationship with her would be good. Yes. And that's actually what keeps startling him. This, wow, she's never been this sure before. And when? Are the sneakers pulled out of the closet again, running away, right? But only briefly, because he can't keep that distance from you anymore. Because his heart is so strong, so intense, and the longing for you as well, because he wants to spend time with you, because you are his planet of happiness. That's where he feels comfortable. That's where the feelings of happiness come. Above all, what also makes him a bit afraid is that he realizes he can let himself go with you. And he has never really been able to do that. Even if he once said to someone or to you, look, I can completely let myself go here or something. No, that's not true, right? That's a complete lie. He has never been able to do that, and he doesn't even know what that's like. Those are his issues. But for me to tell you here, hey, he's just playing with you, I say, no. And a yes to the fact that you make him happy, the attraction, the depth, because you are actually the complete healing for him. No matter what he has done to you, right? You too have been absolutely hurt by him. The disappointment, the pain, the heartbreak, being rejected, not getting any response at all, or then another person suddenly appears with him and you think to yourself, wow, what did I actually mean to him? So I can understand you if you also say, no, the coyote doesn't need to come to me anymore. I really don't feel like dealing with that anymore, right? It's your decision. You have complete freedom of choice for yourself because you are the most important person in your life. According to this reading, I see a new beginning in communication, in the connection. I see love entirely in a new beginning, a fresh start, where everything is moving into a thawing mode because the love, the feelings were never gone, no matter how much time has passed. They were just, as I said, like Alcatraz, right? In protective custody, those feelings of happiness. And he is truly searching for a solution here. And he knows what the solution is. It's the connection with you because you give him everything he never really saw before. And now that's opening his eyes. Of course, there are still always people from the outside who come shooting in, right? Yes, maybe pushing him toward a decision. No relationship, because then we can't go out partying, go out drink or whatever anymore, right? Or then you can't meet other women anymore. And there's still a little bit of influence from that, but only a small one. Because after this reading, I'm also giving you a really big yes for a relationship, right? And that's exactly what he never wanted to see all this time. There were wrong actions, wrong activities, wrong thoughts, wrong perspectives. But as I said, I also really see you completely at a new beginning with him or her. And no matter what happened, he also knows that he wasn't always fair to you. And that's exactly what weighs heavily on him, this burden that is showing up for him here. So what else do we have here? Yes, we have the Hermit, and with the Hermit, it also clearly shows that he always tends to withdraw and actually feels totally safe and comfortable there, and also gains this important self-awareness, even in withdrawal, even if you currently have no contact, or if he is withdrawing or has withdrawn again for whatever reason. He or she is coming to self-realization. You are this standing by each other, standing by yourself, by your relationship, by his love for you. And even when he was withdrawn, he was always searching, but also totally lonely. And this aimlessness, this isolation that he always put himself into, that's also, as I said, he knows he disappointed you, and he's actually also disappointed in himself, right? So disappointment, disappointment, disappointment. Well, yes, the Hermit is really something quite special here. I'm also saying this here in this reading because it really shows a new beginning and that he is truly, genuinely looking at it. And yes, something is happening. We have movement here, we have positive movement, and truly a yes to the connection, to this new beginning. Yes, for himself, for him, it's also a very big new beginning, like uncharted territory that he may have never entered before. And so, yes, yes. So then we also have the coins, the Three of Coins. Yes, his old patterns of behavior, he will overcome them. He is fully committed to overcoming his old patterns of behavior, leaving behind the old level and moving on to this new, more mature level for himself. And this aimlessness also comes to an end here. Partially, there's still a bit where he briefly drifts off. Yeah, right? Like I said before, these are always little tests, that he keeps facing himself, but we are seeing progress here. And above all, you two are about to, or are already meeting each other again on a new, more mature level. So a reunion, this new maturity, which now has absolutely solid ground, stability in the relationship, in the connection, in the contact, above all, stability in love, in living out that love. Maybe it was never really the case that if you were already in a relationship before, you truly lived out that love. And that brings us to this. If you have this new beginning again, we see that things are moving forward slowly. So not from one day to the next, like suddenly a relationship, marriage, moving in together and so on, but rather slowly moving towards stability. But you will also feel that it is truly genuine. And yes, as I mentioned earlier, we have made some really significant progress here, and it definitely looks very promising indeed. And now we have the Three of Pentacles, and as we can see, once again, we have a clear and definite yes, right? So no matter how long or how slowly this connection, this new beginning, this renewal, this healing unfolds, no matter how slowly it progresses, we have a definite yes. And with how many times we've gotten a yes in this reading, it's definitely a yes, right? So it's confirmation in itself, So yes to a relationship. Yes, he is serious, and yes, he loves you, and yes, he is breaking free from his old patterns of behavior. Okay? Dear ones, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for watching, and I wish you a truly wonderful day. Goodbye.